Welcome back to the Southworks housing development at the old MG site, also known as Austin Heights.
This is part 4 in the series. Today we are going to look more into Vistry Group, having previously discussed the history of the site, the closure of the factory, and the previous owners.
As the Longbridge regeneration enters its final major phase, the developer leading the Southworks site is Vistry Group, now the largest house builder in the UK by volume. But Vistry didn't arrive here by accident.
Their rise is the result of a radical shift in how British house building works.
Vistry was formed through the merger of Bovis Homes, Linden Homes, and later Countryside Partnerships.
This created a company with the scale of a traditional house builder, but the mindset of a regeneration specialist.
Unlike the old model where developers built homes only when the private market was strong, Vistry's approach is built around partnerships, affordable housing, and institutional investment.
It's a model designed to keep building even when the housing market slows.
So how are they able to keep building even when the wider housing market slows down?
This was touched on in part 3, but because Vistry doesn't rely on the old model of selling homes one by one to private buyers.
Their entire strategy is built around partnerships with housing associations, local authorities, and long-term investors, which means construction can continue even when mortgage-driven demand weakens.
This means large brownfield sites like Southworks can finally move forward because the risk is shared.
Their homes are also built using modern methods of construction, including off-site timber frame manufacturing.
This reduces carbon emissions, speeds up delivery, and makes the build program more predictable. For a site that has waited nearly 20 years for completion, this shift is significant.
Due to the expense of brownfield site regeneration, modern methods of construction, MMC for short, can reduce labor hours, waste, rework, weather delays, and on-site risk.
This stabilizes costs essential for housing schemes this size. The Southworks site, in line with climate targets, is to be one of the largest all-electric MMC-built neighborhoods in the West Midlands. Addressing the impact of its carbon footprint, the Southworks scheme is explicitly designed around a low-carbon, high-efficiency specification, and the planning documents confirm that the development is being delivered with air source heat pumps instead of gas, solar PV panels on many units, wastewater heat recovery systems, high-performance timber frame MMC construction, fabric-first energy efficiency, and with no gas infrastructure on site. It aligns directly with the carbon and energy performance approach I described earlier. In more detail, every home is heated by an heat pump which extracts heat from outside air, which uses electricity rather than gas. This delivers between 250 and 350% efficiency,
reducing operational carbon emissions dramatically, being a major shift for Longbridge, where the older housing stock is almost entirely gas-based.
Solar PV panels are included on many homes, especially houses with south-facing roofs, blocks with large roof areas, and units with high daytime energy demand. This helps offset SHP electricity use, reducing grid demand as well as lowering the running costs for residents. Wastewater heat recovery. This is a clever but often overlooked technology. When you shower, the hot water that goes down the drain
is captured, and the heat from this is used to pre-warm incoming cold water.
The benefits of this is it reduces hot water energy demand from around 20 to 30%,
improves energy performance certificate ratings, and works passively, consisting of no moving parts. It's a small system with a big impact on carbon performance. Timber frame, MMC, modern methods of construction. This is the backbone of the carbon strategy and provides excellent airtightness, high insulation levels, low embodied carbon, fast, predictable build times.
Vistry's own data claims each home saves 14,460 kilograms of CO2e, carbon dioxide equivalent, compared with traditional brick or block construction. That's equivalent to driving a petrol car for 36,000 miles or heating a typical UK home for 3 to 4 years. For a 688 home scheme, the embodied carbon savings are enormous.
Fabric-first energy efficiency. This means the homes are designed to need less energy in the first place.
Key features being high-performance insulation, airtight construction, low U-value windows, which relates to how much heat passes through a building element's walls, roofs, and floors.
There is also window thermal bridging to manage heat loss shortcuts, and mechanical ventilation that filters out stale air while bringing in fresh filtered air that is also heated, providing warm air to the home in the process, available in some units. We have an unplanned Delmura Road Flats update in view. See the earlier stages of this development on the channel, if not seen previously.
Focusing back on the Southworks and Vistry project while the flats remain in view. The all-electric infrastructure eliminates the need for a gas network but gives future-ready electrical capacity, EV charging infrastructure and smart metering,
and aligns with the UK's long-term decarbonisation pathway and part of Vistry's future-proofing narrative. The evolution of Vistry Group that makes them right developer for this site didn't come automatically and didn't exist in its current form until recently.
Its evolution explains why it is able to deliver at Southworks when others such as St Modwin couldn't.
Phase 1. Bovis Homes pre-2020. A traditional volume house builder, strong in private sale, weak in partnerships. So in January 2020, Bovis Homes acquired two rival businesses, Linden Homes and Galliford Try. These two companies were linked to each other. Linden Homes was Galliford Try's traditional house building arm, and Galliford Try Partnerships was their regeneration and affordable housing division.
The deal was valued at approximately £1.1 billion, including shares, debt transfer, and £300 million cash.
Phase 2. The merger was the turning point. Galliford Try brought deep experience in regeneration, long-term contracts with housing associations, a partnership-first model.
This shifted Vistry away from speculative sales and toward contracted delivery.
Phase 3. The acquisition of Countryside Partnerships in 2022.
This made Vistry Group the largest partnerships house builder in the UK, bringing them MMC expertise, a regeneration track record, large brownfield site portfolios, and relationships with institutional investors. This is the DNA that made the Southworks housing development possible.
Phase 4 was in 2023-24 with the full pivotal towards partnerships. Vistry announced it would stop traditional speculative house building and focus entirely on housing associations, build-to-rent investors, local authorities, and long-term regeneration schemes, and is the model now being deployed at Southworks. That brings us to the end of part 4, and I will see you again next time.